Disney just opened a new island destination in the Bahamas, and we got to experience the food, the entertainment, and those gorgeous white sand beaches, and that 15-minute walk from the ship on opening day. We're bringing you along with us to see everything Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point has to offer. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Vlog. Disney's brand new cruise destination, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point, is open. This new island locale in the Bahamas joins Disney's private island, Castaway Cay, as the second Disney destination in the Caribbean. If you're booking a Disney cruise, we got all the info to help you decide if you should be booking one that makes a stop at Lookout Cay. Man, oh man, I can remember when they first announced Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. This seems like just yesterday. Anyway, Lookout Cay is located on the island of Eleuthera in the Bahamas, and it's designed to invite Disney Cruise Line guests into the culture of the Bahamas while still experiencing an exclusive Disney destination. The Disney Magic, Disney Dream, and Disney Fantasy cruise ships will all offer trips to Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point starting in the summer of 2024. Right now, the Disney Magic and Disney Dream are offering 3, 4, and 5-night sailings from Fort Lauderdale that make stops at this new destination. But if you're looking for something longer, the Fantasy has 4, 7, and 10-night cruises leaving from Port Canaveral. When you get to Lookout Cay, you'll first find Mabrika Cove, which is the arrival point. According to Disney, Mabrika means welcome in Taino, the language of the Lucayans, who are considered the indigenous people of the Bahamas. The pier is about a half-mile long and takes about 15 minutes to walk. This long pier was designed to protect more of the shoreline, but it is definitely a hike. We did see 2 golf carts operating to potentially help guests navigate this initial stretch, but there was no clear signage on day 1. This is something you may want to ask about before disembarking at Lookout Cay. After you get past that pier, Disney offers trams to get around, and Lookout Cay has a few different beaches. You'll find a family beach on the east side of the island with activities and other amenities. And separate from the main family area, there's also a peaceful beach with 20 premium family cabanas available to rent, 4 of which are double cabanas for larger groups. These are the Mabrika cabanas. Like Castaway Cay, Lookout Cay has its own adult exclusive beach for those 18 plus north of the family area called Serenity Bay, with a dining area and 6 private cabanas which you can reserve. Now, cabanas are very popular at Castaway Cay, practically impossible to book if you're not concierge or like Pearl levels, so we're assuming the same is going to be true here on Lookout Cay. This is one to book early if you're interested. There are several places to eat and drink across Lookout Cay. Food and drinks are pretty similar at each location, so while you won't need to worry about FOMO from missing out on the best bar, there isn't really any secret best spot on the island. Kids and adults can enjoy lots of activities like bike rentals and snorkeling, plus more robust shore excursions, including trips outside of Lookout Cay to other parts of Eleuthera. If you stay in Lookout Cay, you'll find plenty of entertainment like dance parties, crafts, and Disney characters. Now let's move on to the food. Just like on their chosen Disney Cruise Line ship, guests will have no problem finding plenty to eat. And just like on the ship, all of the buffet food is included in the cost of your cruise. True Barbecue and True 2 Barbecue are the main dining areas. The space itself is inspired by seashells and provides plenty of shaded seating. Serenity Bay Barbecue presents similar food offerings to True 2 Barbecue. However, this location is exclusively for adults and tends to have fewer options as it's smaller. You will find basic burgers and barbecue ribs at the buffets, but you'll also find some Bahamian options like rice and peas, plantains, grilled snapper with yucca, and a plant-based island curry. Bars on the island include Mangroves and Go, Blue Hole Bar, Bow and Ribbon Bar, Watering Hole, Reef and Wreck Bar, and Sensational Smoothies. The Disney Lookout Cay signature cocktail is the Eleuthera Euphoria, featuring premium aged rum, pineapple smoothie mix, and Dole Whip. They also offer the Bahama Brew, a non-alcoholic cold brew drink with coconut whip topping, and the Butterfly Switcha, which is a mocktail with lemonade, butterfly pea, jasmine green tea, and a sprinkle of blue edible glitter. Most of these bars are identical, same menus, same layout, so you don't need to worry about scoping out the perfect seat that's only available at one bar or finding a specialty drink only at one location. But it does kind of take away from the feeling like you found somewhere special to hang out. Overall, we enjoyed the food options. Not a life-changing meal, but definitely some good options for a hot day on the beach. A few of our team members actually enjoyed the food on Lookout Cay more than the food at Castaway Cay. There were certainly more Bahamian options here, which can be a nice breakaway if you're not feeling a burger or classic backyard barbecue fare. Now, our cruise skewed quite a bit toward the adult crowd, so Serenity Bay was crowded. This made it hard to find a seat at lunch, so we suggest maybe eating early or late if you don't want to spend time looking for a table in the shade. By late, though, we still mean before 2 p.m. because the food does close down much earlier, then you're going to need to head back to the ship. As I mentioned, you'll find essentially the same food and all the same drinks that you'll find in the main beach area as you will over in Serenity Bay. So it's just up to you if you'd prefer a beach without kiddos, and if you're traveling with kids, there's a kids club on the island where they can hang out while you enjoy Serenity Bay, if that's your vibe. One thing to note if you're looking to rent a cabana at Serenity Bay, those cabanas are on the main pathway between the Family Beach and Serenity Bay, so it's a busier area and leads out to the same beach that everyone else is on. Not necessarily very private and not necessarily at Serenity Bay, next to but not entirely secluded from the Family Beach. If you're looking for a more private cabana experience like you get on Castaway, you might want to consider booking the Mabrika cabanas, which are super isolated with their own private beach area facing the ship. These are the ones you'll have to book if you're traveling with kids, since the Serenity Bay cabanas are only for 18 plus. Now let's talk activities next. There is a lot to do at Lookout Cay. You can stop by the Bahamian Art and Culture Pavilion, the Goombay Cultural Center, where you'll find special programs and local artists. This is also where you can catch the Junkanoo Rush Out, a high-energy stage event with musical instruments including goatskin drums. Junkanoo is a traditionally Bahamian festival that's celebrated around the week of Christmas and New Year's. It served as a major inspiration for the design of Lookout Cay. Triton's Trumpet Stage is a center for family entertainment like the Fun in the Sun Beach Bash, a dance party with Disney characters and Junkanoo renditions of Disney songs. There's also an interactive family water play area with slides and water drums and more. Toddlers even have their own dedicated space. Kids ages 3 through 12 have their own themed kids club on the island where they can play under the supervision of Disney Cruise Line counselors. There is a splash pad area inspired by The Little Mermaid and a dedicated dining area. You can find Minnie, Mickey, Pluto, Goofy, Chip, and Dale by True True Barbecue at select times in their totally new for Lookout Cay outfits. There's also a gaming pavilion, volleyball and gaga ball courts, plus nature trails to hike or bike. You can also rent bikes, snorkeling equipment, or kayaks, take a ride on a banana boat, scuba dive, or go on a more guided tour from a local tour guide. Some of these tours take you to famous geological sites around Eleuthera, like the Ocean Hole or Cathedral Caves, along with stops at local markets and Junkanoo workshops. Port adventures can be booked 75 days before your sail date for first-time sailors, and even earlier for Castaway Club members. Silver Castaway Club members can book 90 days in advance, Gold members can book 105 days in advance, and Platinum members and Concierge guests can book 120 days in advance. Pearl Castaway Club members can book 123 days in advance. Things like bike rentals may not be a priority, but if you're looking at one of those tours from local tour guides, or if you're hoping to book a cabana, which are offered at the same time frames, you'll want to make sure you're booking those ASAP since they are very limited in availability. Now, there is, of course, a whole merchandise line to commemorate your visit to Lookout Cay. There's a Junkanoo-inspired spirit jersey, ears, and Loungefly backpack, plus a pair of ears designed by famous Bahamian designer Theodore Elliott. He also designed the characters' new looks, and you can take home a Mickey or Minnie plush in those new outfits. You'll also find locally made items at the Treasure of Eleuthera gift shop if you're looking to take home something more authentic from your trip to the Bahamas. So how does this measure up to Castaway Cay? Well, we did experience several problems during our visit to Lookout Cay, which sway our opinion a little bit. That long walk as your first interaction with the island is rough, though it's likely Disney will figure out some fixes to help those that may need some extra assistance. Overall, though, it's something you want to plan for, especially if you're traveling during a hotter time period. There's no shade on that walk. Most of the plant life is very young, so the beaches don't look necessarily full and lush just yet, but in the coming months and years, the landscaping will be gorgeous. And there was a big fly problem during our visit with hundreds of flies swarming the food areas, so we hope this one gets taken care of ASAP. This was also the crew's first time on the island. They only got about 1 to 2 hours to set up and get their bearings before guests came ashore, so there was a bit of confusion if we needed help finding something or getting extra info. Since this was the very first day that guests and cast members were visiting and everything was up and running, it's no surprise there were a few issues, and we're hoping most of those problems are resolved quickly. That being said, Eleuthera is gorgeous. The sand is super white with turquoise clear waters and coral reefs. Lookout Cay is designed to give you kind of a Bahamas light. Castaway Cay is basically a tropical beach made by Disney, but Lookout Cay is more of a Disney Eleuthera collab. You get to experience more of the local culture, and you can even go off further and explore outside of the Disney destination if you choose, making it a little more unique than Castaway Cay and giving you more to explore. Snorkeling in Eleuthera is going to be majorly different than at Castaway Cay if that's a top pick activity for you, so listen up. You won't find sunken treasures at Lookout Cay, at least none that we encountered during our experience, but you will find live coral reefs. You can snorkel nearly the whole length of the beach. At Castaway, you're locked into one small area. Because of that, you really get to experience the nature. We saw loads of tropical fish, which is a bit more exciting than finding Prince Eric's statue. And there's definitely more of an ecotourism approach to the activities and excursions at Lookout Cay. There's generally more effort put into making a lower impact on the location, with 90% solar-powered electricity and less than 20% of the Disney-owned property being developed for guests. The rest is left untouched. So if you're looking for more than just laying on a beach with a fruity cocktail, Lookout Cay may offer more than Castaway for you. Since this was opening day for Lookout Cay, a lot of the issues we encountered will be fixed, and Lookout Cay is set up to be an incredible cruise destination. It may not be a locale that warrants planning a trip around or necessarily prioritizing a cruise that goes here versus other Caribbean islands, but if you're a frequent cruiser and have visited Castaway several times already, Lookout Cay offers enough differences that it feels fresh and new while still offering a lot of the amenities and experiences that you love from Castaway. Thanks for coming with us on our first visit to Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. It's been awesome to share that with you. And of course, we've got lots of blog posts on this, lots of social about it, so be sure to check those out. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.